my niggas tryna get it.
So this is my second time attempting to record this video, so let's try this again. As y'all could probably tell from the title, this is, a story time about me running away. So before I got into the story time, I would just like y'all to know that this just happened yesterday, so it's not going to be like very long. There's not really much I can tell you right now. Shit, I'm still processing the shit myself, Oh yeah, so I'm gonna just start by saying it wasn't a situation where I wasn't living good, like I wasn't being taken care of, because I was being taken care of. I had food, I had clothes on my back, I had somewhere to sleep, I had a nice mattress, I had a nice room. It was just, it wasn't that. It was just I was mentally drained. I really was. Like I couldn't, it was my mama. I couldn't take it. Like I really couldn't. Like, I love my mama, and she just was mentally draining, and she probably didn't even know it. She just acted like she didn't. I don't know. I ain't too much worried about it either. But yeah, so let's just start off. Okay, so my mama had came in the house from being out all night the night before, and she was like, come clean up. Mind you, we had already cleaned up before she got there. So we go up there, we clean up or whatever, and I go back to laying down and do what I was doing. And she comes back in my room, and she's like, Mackenzie, like, she's only talking to me now. She's like, Mackenzie, come up there and come clean up. So I go up there, and I go clean up again. Even though I didn't think there was nothing to clean up, I went up there and cleaned up again, and I came back in my room, laid back down, and do what I was doing. So she comes back in my room. She's like, Mackenzie, I done told you to come clean up already. Come clean up. I don't want to tell you again. So I went in, cleaned up again, laid back down. So now she come back in my room about 30 minutes later. She was like, Mackenzie, came in here an hour ago, told you to clean up. It don't look like you even moved. Everything, is still messy up there. And then she was like, so at this point, I get out of the bed. Like, I don't even want to get up. I don't want to respond. I don't want to, I just get fed up. And so now, I'm dragging to get out of the bed. So she pulled the cover off of me. I pulled the cover back on. Like, no, I want to be petty now because I don't know. It pissed me off. So I pulled the cover back on. It's making me go slower. And after that, I got up. Give me your keys and your phone. That's what was like, ding, I gotta go. Like, that's what it said. I was like, gotta go. I knew from that moment, I was like, got to go. No. Like, it wasn't about, it's just, I couldn't do it no more. I couldn't. And then she's trying to take my phone, my keys. I ain't really care about the keys. It was just my phone. I was like, no. So I left. No, so I went in the living room and would start cleaning up and shit again. And she's like, give me the keys. So I gave her the keys. And the way I gave her the keys, I just tossed them to her. So she like, come back in here. I tossed them to her and walked towards my room. So she's like, come back in here or whatever, like, come back in here, give me those keys the right way. So eventually she was like pulling me by my shirt through the hallway, trying to get me to go back in there. So I was just like, all right, I'm gonna just give her the keys. So I went back, picked up the keys, and I gave it to her. And so I went back to the room. She was like, now give me that phone. Now righteously, I didn't know where the phone was. I was just hoping, because my best friend was in the room. I was hoping, my bitch was looking out, and hid the phone. And so shit, I start packing my stuff, because at this point I am fed up. And when I went in there, I went in my purse and took the spare key and put it in my shorts. So just in case she had took my purse, I had the spare key. It didn't matter. She had my other keys, but I had the spare key. So I started packing up my stuff. You know, I'm just moving around. At this point, she was like, you don't be packing up none of my stuff, none of that stuff that I bought. So I'm just looking through my clothes trying to find like shit that she didn't buy, that other people gave me, stuff like that. So I'm just putting it on the bag, but she watching me. So I'm like, I'm real picky about what I'm choosing, and I'm frantic still because I'm mad. So I'm just walking around picking up shit, you know, just not really doing much. And then she's still yelling about the phone. Like, I'm just walking in between the rooms, going to the bathroom. Like, what the fuck was I doing? I don't know. And at some point, she was on the phone with somebody, telling them about me. She was, no, I just see somebody walking. I'm nosy. Ooh. Okay. Look. So, you know, at some point, I'm just, you know, shit, I forgot where I was at. Oh, no, she was on the phone. At some point, she was on the phone with somebody, telling them that she was like, fuck it, she can just keep the phone, but she gotta get out. And she told me, she said, if you leave this house, you cannot come back. But then she ended up kicking me out. Like, she was like, she left with my sisters, and my sister friend was there. They had all left, and she had left. She was like, get out my house, get out my house. So she kicked me and my friend out, and we waited until she left, and then, you know, we drove off and we came to her house. And we came to my friend's house, you know, had my little, you know, emergency money on me and shit. I had everything I needed, really. I just needed to run a couple errands because I knew she was gonna be looking for the car by the time she had, you know, got home and realized she was gonna be looking for that car. So, you know, of course, I'm running a couple errands and shit, getting stuff that I'm gonna need because I know I'm gonna be without a car. And look, she came, pulled up to my best friend's house and got the car. My sister drove it. And like, she was looking at me through the window, and she was like smirking. So now that pissed me off some more. So now I really have a point to prove. Like, I'm not going back. Y'all don't even understand, bro. That shit was draining. Like, it made me depressed to be there. I needed room to be me, to grow, to do my own thing. It ain't about trying to be it ain't about trying to be grown. It ain't about wanting to talk to little boys. It ain't about, like, you know, going over no dude house. It's not about none of that. Cause I can do that now. It's not about none of that. I could have snuck and did it in the house. It's none of that. It ain't about, you know, getting punishments and shit like that. I don't care about none of that. It was the mental stuff that was going on in the house. That's what I couldn't take. The shit I was gone. So yeah, y'all, that's, you know, that's my story time. I don't know if I told y'all this in a video or not, but this just happened yesterday. So I'm on day 2 of living by myself. I'm living with my best friend, you know. And shit, we about to come up. Yeah, y'all. So y'all like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what y'all want to see. What, you know, what type of content y'all want and stuff like that. This is my second time filming this video, so shit. I hope this one good enough. I hope this one good enough. Anyways, yeah. So, okay, so I just wanted to explain to y'all why I chose the name Blossom. So I chose it because I was in a place in my life where I felt like I was coming out of a depression, like, cause I was coming out of a depression, and I felt like Blossom was the name I needed to give myself in that time, who I wanted y'all to know me as. Because I felt like I was in like a really great place in my life, and I still feel like I'm in a really good place in my life, even though the series of unfortunate events that just happened to me. I still feel like I'm blossoming, and I feel like I'm really representing the name Blossom. So shit, you know, that's my name, you know. No, but yeah, that was it.